Namaste and Namaskaram. Greetings. Again, this is Professor Pramod Parajuli doing this documentation footage for Annapurna Abundance, theme of Annapurna Abundance. This is the 8th or 9th segment. Here, at this moment, I would like to kind of draw your kind and deep attention to the idea that do we need experts to create a regenerate the world? Of course, we need dreamers for sure. Engineers are needed, health professionals are needed, but not in the world sense, in a more integrative and a holistic sense, in a more quantum. We want to situate these amazing people in a quantum field of creativity. And the word I have chosen for that kind of new person with the skill and the vision and courage and visceral vigor, I call them the alchemists, who can turn the metal and the matter into mind and create something new, almost like a... So, are we the alchemists who would cultivate pluri-brains? And now it is for sure, after what I have told you so far and will be sharing with you later on, we need alchemists who can cultivate and activate and bring to fire pluri-brains, not just this brain. I think this brain is suspect at this point. And let's see what other brains might be more friendly and helpful for the act of regeneration. So I want to introduce pluri-brains, many brains than one. Perhaps the whole body of the earth is a brain, if we want to think that is a brain. Our feet has as much brain as our head. And our tummy has, I think, more brain, microbiome, as you can now imagine, that many cells renewing themselves all the time, how powerful that brain is. And I call it the visceral vigor. By activating all those brains, we will create another level of visceral vigor and ecological within. And the vigor, I want to remind, is much more than rigor. Rigor puts you too much into the exactness, and that's probably was the problem of techno-industrial civilization, that they kind of closed that terrain of creativity. So, vigor rather than rigor. So, imagine pluri-brains at work. The gut brain here, the heart brain over here, the realm of the heart, right? That is compassion, purpose. The gut brain is where the fire, the Agni, the bridges, the biosphere with the bodies, which I explained that a little bit before. The lung brain, we thought that was just, we always breathe oxygen and right, that is now with the COVID coronavirus is erupting, what we are now realizing is if we do not know how to breathe well, receive enough oxygen and exhale, we are in trouble. That's why the lung was the first frontier of attack by coronaviruses. What does that mean? That means now we need to activate, protect, enable, empower our lung brain to do what it has to do to make us swim like that turtle in the energy field, quantum field of energy. And lung is now more important. Much, much more important than the heart even. So that's the new thing we are figuring out. The long brain. Then the head brain, of course, it is always there, which I think we should put it on the footnote as the kind of repository rather than the more active part. And I just want to show the ecological within. That is what I mean by that. Look at the roots of what is underground of a radish, right? Like that. So, I want to end this session with Nelson Mandela, who was one of the kind of the North Star for those of us, all of us who were involved in different kinds of social movements, justice, identity, dignity, self-governance, self-regulating, that ability to stand by your own without any form of domination. Nelson Mandela says, it always seems impossible until it is done. And this act of regeneration that we are starting through the Annapurna abundance is also, you might feel it's impossible now, like September 18, 2022, but looks like it is timely. The soil for it is right. The time for it is right. People are ready for it. Other species are ready for it. So we are going to get it done.